Good morning, everybody. My name is War Machine. Welcome to Fat Guy Fitness. Right now, I need you to click like and subscribe. Change those notification settings. That way there, every time I create content, you find out about it. Before we get started, I want to say hello and thank you to my friends over at Chaotic Squirrel Creations. They are fantastic people, and I'm going to go ahead and use them as a sponsor. While I do that, I'm going to start dropping their stuff in my videos. I'm even going to put their website right here. Their hyperlink is going to scroll across the screen for a little bit, and then I'm going to put my own in there as well. But before I even talk about what they can do, I want to show you what they did do. This hoodie, you guys see that? Isn't that amazing? Fat Guy Fitness, and there's a little dude. That little dude is me. So, Ryan and Alicia can make anything. They made my hoodie. They're making bumper stickers. They made a water bottle that I showed you guys before. They made my singlet for my last competition, which eventually I'll break it out and show you guys about that again. Anywho, today we're going to talk about grips. So I want you to hang out, relax, get your coffee, and eat that bacon. I got mine in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and get it, and I'll be back in a minute to talk about grips. Stick around. All right, so I am back, and we're going to talk about grips. I refilled my coffee real quick, and before I get too far into this, I just want to say, you folks that are listening in the car or just on your phone where you can't see video because it's audio only because it's also a podcast, you're just going to have to kind of use your imagination a little bit. But if you send me an email, I can forward the video right to you. Anywho. So we're going to talk about the three types of grips. We're going to talk about the pronated grip, which is palms facing down. So try to imagine like you're grabbing groceries and you're carrying the bags, palms facing down. Then we're going to talk about the supinated grip, which is the palms facing up. So if you're doing curls with a dumbbell, typical curls, you're going to have your palm facing up, or in anything like that where you're grasping and picking up. And then there's also the neutral grip. So the neutral grip is the palm facing in towards the body, so that the hand is up and down. So when you have both of them, when you use both hands, your neutral grip is going to be, your hands are going to be facing each other. Excuse me, my goodness. So how is this important? So we're gonna talk about this today in relation to pull-ups. So the reason we're going to talk about it in relation to pull-ups is because, honestly, it's the first thing that I do in my warm-ups after I stretch. But we're going to talk about how each grip affects the overall muscle group that it's worked. So when you use, sorry about that. When you use a neutral grip and your hands are facing each other and you're doing pull-ups, you're really working the triceps, you're working the biceps, a little bit of the delts. There is a focus on the lats, and you're also hitting those rhomboids in the back. So between the shoulder blades, you're getting a beautiful workout there. Simply by turning your hands to the pronated grip, you transfer that load out further. So now you're really feeling it in the delts, the posterior delts, the ones that are in the back. You're also going to notice that the top of the chest is going to do a little bit more work, and you're going to notice that the lats, it's called well, I can't really pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's called a latimus dorsi. I don't know if it's dorsi or dorsi, but you're going to notice, you're going to feel it a little bit more in there, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do this pull-up. Finally, if you switch your hands to a supinated grip, which palms are going to be facing for you, that's going to move the motion and the load, and it's going to transfer a lot more of it to the triceps. You're going to feel it in the front delts, so the anterior, and you're going to feel it in the top of the chest. All three of these are essential. Now, even though you're transferring the grip, let's talk about what's not changing. Your core is staying tight. Okay, that's most important. Your arms are still doing the work. Your grip strength, that's going to be important. You're still getting a really solid workout with the grips and in the forearms. You know, you may feel it a little bit on the back of the forearm, like where your watch from that part to the elbow. You may feel some there. You're definitely going to feel it in your back. Doesn't matter where you're doing the pull-ups, anterior, posterior, deltoids and lateral deltoids. You're going to feel it. But more importantly, you really want to target those rhomboids. Now, the best way we can do that is when we pull up, we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together at the top. And some people find this to be more difficult. Some people really like it. I'm using bands because, first and foremost, I'm a great big fat guy. But second, this is a warm-up for me. I'm not going to spend my entire workout trying to knock down a few sets of pull-ups. That's the idea of what I'm doing, is to get each muscle group warmed up and ready to work. So we're also going to feel it in the core. Now the core needs to remain tight. If you're just like sticking your belly out there and you're just kind of slouching, you're not going to get a good pull-up. You're probably going to hurt yourself somehow. I've seen people do dumb stuff, and more importantly, you're defeating the purpose of the motion. So we're gonna have a tight core, and as we pull, we're squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top. Now, regardless of the grip that you use, supinated, pronated, or neutral, as you squeeze those shoulders together, you're gonna notice a little bit of difference in the tension that you're able to keep on the body, and the squeeze behind the shoulder blades. It's gonna feel different with each grip. That's okay. That's what we're looking for. We don't want to just do one thing when we can change it up. And even though we're still doing the same exercise and the same range of motion stuff and the same amount of reps and sets, we're actually hitting a few different muscle groups. That's what we're looking for. Now, when I do these pull-ups, I am pulling up. Okay, but instead of just pulling my chin above the bar, I'm actually rotating my hips forward and my shoulders back, and I'm pulling to the chest. Now, the reason I'm pulling to the chest is because for me, the angle of the body, as it changes, I feel it in different muscle groups. So if I feel like I've got a muscle that's not getting worked, or that I just haven't felt it, I'll move my body so that I do feel it. It's a little bit advanced, but the concept is if I put my body at an angle, I transfer the load to a different muscle group. Sorry about that, I was drinking coffee. I transfer the load to a different muscle group while I'm doing the exercise. And by moving my hips forward and pushing my shoulders back and pulling my chest out, I'm actually targeting all of those muscles that are in the back. And depending on which grip I'm using, sometimes it hits harder, sometimes it doesn't. So that's why I'm doing this with my chest forward and I'm pulling the chest over the bar. The word that I should use is I'm trying to pull my chest through the bar. I'm literally trying to bend that pull-up attachment across my chest. That way there, I'm getting a beautiful pull and I feel strong. And when I finish it and I come back down and I get out of these straps and I walk towards, and you can see when I'm walking towards the camera, but when I walk, I can feel it. My back is turned on. The muscles are firing. The feedback that I'm getting from each individual fiber that I feel is, this is a great feeling. Let's keep it up. So as long as you remember that a pull-up is more than just a 1 or 2 muscle group exercise, and you focus on these things, alternating your grip, paying attention to the muscles that you're feeling versus the ones that are struggling, then the more you put into this, the better it's going to be for you, and it's going to have a much more solid and profound effect on all of your lifts. Bench press, squat, deadlift. Power lifts are huge, but when we also start looking at Olympic lifts, snatch, clean, clean and jerk, overhead press, and all that stuff. So until next time, it's been real, and I'll talk to you guys later.